Hello, hello. It's Katrina Cobb, your favorite digital nomad, business coach, and consultant. And I'm here for my last recording for now from Antigua, Guatemala, because I'm traveling again back to Mexico City next, to just share a little bit of insights from my weekend adventure. I decided to hike up a dormant volcano to get an up close and personal view of the very active one, Volcán de Fuego, here in Guatemala, and be able to see it up close. It's a 2-day event, a black diamond hike, like at altitude, very, very, very challenging. And I had a lot of time up at the top of the mountain to think, and so much about that 2-day event and that 2-day undertaking reminds me of the journey we go through in business. And so I shared 9 of the lessons in an article, and I'll repost that here below the video. But I wanted to share a little more details on really the most important 3 that just really stuck with me, just to bring them front and center. So the first is that we never feel ready for what's next and for the next challenge we undertake in business and in life. I was definitely physically not ready for this hike. Thankfully, I've discovered I was mentally ready to push myself through it and commit to doing things. But I find that so often in business, we have a story underlying what we're doing that we're not ready yet to invest in the coach, to invest in the team member, to invest in the next piece of software, technology, or tool. We're not ready yet to take the next step, to be more visible, to speak on stage, to do the thing that's going to actually grow us, because we just don't feel ready. And the truth underneath it is we're never going to feel ready. I don't know anybody who's actually felt ready for the next thing. It's doing the thing and growing through the experience that makes you an expert at it and that actually makes you ready for the next thing. So that was a fun learning for me. Even though I wasn't ready, I was able to push through it and do it, and reap the benefits of the amazing views, the experience, the boost of confidence I got from doing hard things, which I think is important for all of us. The second note was more to do with the way this tour was organized and the fact that there were guides assigned to various different ability levels from the entire group. And so what that meant was I was able to go at my own pace and not try to keep up with the front runners and always be comparing myself and negatively comparing myself to not being fast enough, not being in shape enough, beating myself up and having a really negative experience during my climb, as well as a really detrimental physical experience by trying to push through something that I was physically not ready for. But on the flip side, I wasn't in the slowest group, and I didn't have to wait and be frustrated and feel like they were holding me back from an experience that I wanted, from the growth at the rate that I wanted to get up the mountain. And I think that happens in business, right? I think it's important to respect there are different guides, different coaches, different mentors that are experts in different stages and phases of growth in business. There are people that are amazing with beginners. There are people like me who love the messy middle, who love taking what you've already done, and when you're trying to figure out how do I do more without killing myself, like making it simpler, streamlining, making it easier, and helping you scale to the next piece. And then there are those that love working with those at the top, like high level, multi-7 figures, like really, really, really different phases of growth, right? Different kinds of problems. So I think it's so important to find your groove and accept where you're at in your journey and your abilities, and then find the right guide or mentor or coach that aligns with that works specifically with that person. It's so key to actually enjoying the journey of growing your business and not hating every minute of it. And so the last piece, just to kind of reflect on, is the uncomfortable stuff is always worth it. This climb was 5 hours at altitude, straight up a mountain, in volcanic sand, in tough terrain, hard to breathe, carrying a 30-pound pack. It was freezing temperatures at the summit. We were in cloud cover the first day and couldn't see any of the views. Like, it was uncomfortable. Like, we'll just straight up say it was physically very uncomfortable. But you know what? That's why we do stuff, is because it's not about the experience, it's about what's at the top, right? So in this case, the ridiculous views, being very up close to a live erupting volcano every few minutes, seeing the valley, being above the clouds, like the gorgeous sunrise we saw the next morning, and just the personal confidence, right, that you get from doing the hard things. And I think we forget that business growth is uncomfortable. Doing new stuff, getting your first no, hiring your first team member, having to invest in somebody, having a hiccup in cash flow, like learning new skills and having to go on video the first time, speak the first time, put a promotional post out the first time, write a blog the first time. Like, we're going to suck at it, and that's going to be really uncomfortable. But we get better by doing, right? We get better by moving through the discomfort to get to what's on the other side. And in business, that's impact, that's freedom, that's finances, that's lifestyle, that's all the beautiful things that make up our why. as to why we're doing this. So those are my 3 of the 9 lessons of what the mountain taught me, what the volcano taught me this weekend. I hope that's helpful for you guys. Feel free to click through and read the full article if you want to read more about the experience and see some cool pictures of volcanoes. And I'll be back next week with some more fun tips.